Well, there we are. I decided to go with the pink, the Peppa Pig pink. Andy Dunn, the Canadians president, beside me. Ricky Romero tweeting and texting away. And then the king of the press box, Jordy Cunningham, finally getting back to work. As we bring you to the bottom of the fourth, McGregory Contreras fresh off his home run in the second inning. As Canadians president Andy Dunn kind enough to join us up here in the broadcast booth for a couple of innings. It'll be Contreras, Ryan Sloniger, and then Cameron Eden, the proverbial 4, 5, 6 in the order, as Ethan Elliott quick to work. Left-hander's first pitch is drilled to the third baseman. Bobbled some more, bobbled to the point that Contreras is going to find his way on. How would you score that?
E5.
It's an E5. You know, I was telling people about the energy in this ballpark. Do you remember Sid Bream's kid a couple of years ago when he came to Vancouver and played third base? And I think he made like 3 errors in an inning because he just got absolutely overwhelmed by the crowd who wouldn't let him off the hook defensively.
I think the one I remember the most was 3-4 years ago when Trevor Gretzky was playing here with Boise.
Yes.
And I had the great privilege to sit with Wayne and Janet, his wife. And I remember Wayne looking at me after the game, and he goes right on the field. We took him down on the field to get him out. And he looks at the Boise club. He goes, fellas, this is a big league atmosphere. And I was like, well, if the great one thinks so, then I guess I won't argue too much with him.
Did it not take 45 minutes to get him out of the ballpark that night?
No, it didn't, because we took him 4 steps down onto the playing field and back into the Boise dugout, and he hung out back in the clubhouse for a little while. Now, getting him out was easy, but when he wanted to come up to the press box, and when he walked down from the top of the press box, which I think he wanted to be seen and got a standing ovation.
Yes, he did.
You know, he's a pretty calculated guy.
You were a very kind man to bring him into my broadcast booth, and I'll never forget, he stuck out his hand and he said, "Hi, I'm Wayne," and I was like, yeah, I know. It's pretty special.
But I think that's the one time for me when it dawned on me that what we were building here was really special, really unique, and something that we're all proud of, because it's very unique in minor league settings to have the capacity, the crowd, but be in a place where we have the fan support who come out every night and just have a good time.
The slider catches the outside corner wall by my calculations, and I don't think I've been right much in this interview so far. I'm going to spin the roulette wheel and see what I get here. This is sellout number 23, I believe.
I don't even know. I don't count them.
It's sellout number 23.
I don't count them.
Well, that's my job, to count the sellouts here. And you know what? We're sold out tomorrow. We're sold out the next night, which will round out the season. So wins and losses aside, how would you size up 2019?
I think it's been a fun year. You know, the thing that I take away the most is how enjoyable it is working with our front office staff, our coaching staff, quality of the young men we have in our clubhouse, and this year they've been exceptional. The fan support's been great. Mother Nature's been real good to us. All in all, I couldn't be more proud to be here to work with everybody and be a part of this organization.
Ryan Sloniger strikes out, leaving McGregory Contreras on at first base. Cameron Eden steps in. It takes a lot of attention to detail to put on this. I know a lot of people, when they watch this tonight, are going to say, wow, it looks good, but what goes on behind the scenes? What do you think has been the most rewarding for you personally when you look at what we've been able to build here?
You know, and I've said it, you've heard me say it before, but you never want to believe me. It's how we have developed as an organization, from our employees to our culture of customer service and fan first. But watching our front office staff grow up and develop and become the executives that they've become in our industry, for me, is the most rewarding thing we've accomplished.
Pitch misses low. The count goes to 1-1. I find the one thing that people tell me about is just they can't believe the professionalism. And that's, you know, a lot of things beyond, you know, just the product on the field. There's a lot of the little details. Why was customer service so important to you when you first took this job? Because a lot of people just thought, well, here comes, you know, a guy that's going to run this operation. I remember when you sat down, you brought up this really unique recipe. You said, you know what, if the bathrooms are clean, if there's a place to park, if the food's good, if the stadium shines, we're going to be just fine. And it was really, everybody thought that, oh, here comes somebody that's going to try and, solidify on the field. But it was all the stuff behind the scenes that you really brought to the forefront.
But, it's kind of like building a bridge. The first thing on a bridge is you're not paving the top of the road. You're putting in support, and you're putting in bracing, and you're putting in everything you need to give that top level all the support, all the customer service it needs. But it starts internally with an organization, and it starts internally with a mindset and a culture. And again, I tell people I'm from Southern Vancouver, but nobody wants to believe it. But I am Southern, and I like to think, in the South, we try to treat people the right way and do things the right way and say hello to people. And no one comes to the ballpark to have a bad time. Everyone comes to the ballpark to have a great time and create a memory. And it's not always going to be about the score on the scoreboard. It's going to be a memory, an experience, or a foul ball, or an autograph. And if we can provide those things to people, you know what, and they leave with a smile on their face, then I think we've accomplished all we can accomplish as an organization.
I don't think that's a minor league thought process by any stretch of the imagination. I think some major teams could take that to mind. I mean, communicating, looking your fans in the eyes and telling them what the blueprint is, that's important.
Well, I sit down, and I've sat in the same seat for a lot of years here, and everybody knows where to find me. And sometimes people will come by with suggestions and ideas, and I'm like, no, that's just not a good idea. And, I think people are smart enough that if you're up front and you're honest, and if you sit down and explain your thought process to them, at the end of the day, either they're going to understand and appreciate it and buy in, or some people won't. That's fine. Everyone has their decisions to make. But our fans have been so supportive on everything we've done. But I think it starts, again, it's not about me. It's the organization. It's our community relations. It's our marketing people. It's all the events we go to, the donations we make. We don't want to say no to anybody. So I think when you do your work before you put in your ask, I think that goes a long way in life.
1-1 is in for strike. Count goes to 1-2 to Cameron Eden. Or pardon me, to Will Robertson. Cameron Eden struck out. Ryan Sloniger did as well. I want to get your opinion. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it here in the fourth, or we'll have to wait for the fifth, on the future that has just arrived at Toronto. 1-2 is chopped to the second baseman, fielded cleanly by Jordy Barley, and we are off to the top of the fifth. The error does not come back to bite the Dust Devils. I'm joined by Andy Dunn, the Vancouver Canadians president and partner. We'll take our break here. 1-0 Canadians. Top of the fifth next as you're watching A&W Vancouver Canadians baseball. You're doing it tonight on Sportsnet Pacific.